Hello there, my lovely jewelry makers. I'm Christina of CSLdesigns, and it is that time of month again where we need to check out the Potomac subscription box. So again, this lovely box here. Let's get right into it. So I'm curious to see what's going to be, specifically what beads are going to be in this month. And the theme is spring blooms. So get a little peek of the actual project. Let's just have a look. Soft, gentle rains awaken the warming earth. Tiny buds of pink and purple join shoots of green reaching from the soil toward the sun. Fresh breezes dance through flowering trees. Spring blooms all around us in this month's subscription boxes. So, focusing on spring, which is safe to say we are having at the moment, if not more like summer. We're having it a bit warm here, but unfortunately, it's probably going to get even warmer. It usually does, but we'll see. Right, I'll keep this list handy, and then let's get into it. So it looks like it's a pair of earrings for the project. We're getting some dome beads, some delicate beads, seed beads, and some pearls as well. 2mm pearls, ooh, tiny. And instructions. And then let's have a look at the actual beads here. So I'm just gonna remove the box. And let's see, and this is then the project bag. So let's have a look at that first. Just have a look at those beads that we get. So first of all, we get these dome beads, which it's said here as well, which I'm guessing is kind of the main piece for this. I'm guessing the middle bead there. And what are they actually? It says you get 2, but there looks to be 6 in here. Let me just have a look on here, because it usually says which ones are in, well, a part of the project. Dome beads. Oh, it says you get 6. So it's probably just because for the actual project you need to use 2 of them. So you get 6 and you need to use 2 for a pair. That makes sense. Let's just get one out. So it looks like, okay, there's one hole. I wasn't sure if there was 1 or 2. You can see it there. It's a very unusual finish to it. They're different than the ones in the image there, so I'm guessing that maybe different boxes get different both colours and finishes, but it's very rough feeling. And then it has also an AB coating, which is very interesting. Always love my AB coatings, so that's lovely. Definitely an unusual bead, but we get 6 of them for the project. And then I'm curious about those 2mm pearls, check glass pearls, so tiny little beads. Lovely finish there. And then also seed beads that I'm not going to get out. We get galvanized gold in this one, and doesn't say what color. Does it say on here? No, I don't think it does. But anyway, it's a green. So the dome bead, this kind of yellowy golden, and then with that AB coating, and gold seed beads and green seed beads, and then those pearls go pretty well together, all, and definitely quite spring-like. I can see that. It's probably the green that does that mostly. And then we also get earring findings, so ear wires and the wire guards to hold them in place. So it's nice that we get that as well, I think, instead of kind of being expected to have that already. And gold goes pretty well with all these colours. Obviously it matches those seed beads, they're already gold. So that's everything that's meant for the project. Obviously you don't have to use them for the project, but if you do want to make it, you get everything. All you have to have yourself is some wildfire thread and a needle, beading needle. So let's have a look at the other beads. I'm curious what's going to be here compared to the past couple of months. Let's see. So I think, again, I'm putting them to the side. Then I'm just going to look at the list and see about identifying them. So the first one is a pewter branch pendant. So that's got to be this one here. Let me just get that out. Pewter pendant, yep. So that's must be the back, and then that's the front. So it's a nice little branch where we have some leaves and also a flower. That's really cute. And all the kind of natural elements of it are emphasized because it's also oxidized, which really makes it stand out more. That's very cute. And you can easily just use it as is. That alone on a chain would make a really cute necklace. And obviously you can do other things with it as well, more complicated, but just something as simple as that would be really nice. Then we have Potomac crystal briolets. So briolets, these ones, yeah. So it's where they have this kind of drop, but more pointed drop shape. Let's just get a couple, and this color is Alexandra AB. That's lovely. So we get a purple hue, the actual bead itself, and then it also has an AB coating. It's really sparkly. That's lovely. And then where you have the hole is at the top there. You can really see kind of the purple glows from within. It's really lovely. And then you get the hole going through at the top on one end. And then you get this drop shape, but in a more of a pointed end, rather than your typical rounded drop. They're very nice. Very sparkly. You can make something really elegant with them. And to be honest, combining them with that pendant, that'd be really lovely. Very delicate purple. And then the AB just adds something really nice to it. Then we have pellet beads. It's these ones here. I'm not too sure if I've seen these before. I might have seen them before, but not loads. I've definitely never used them. So it's a bit hard to describe. Little pellets. We have, it's like almost a little barrel, but then in the middle it's kind of squished in. And then that's also where we have the hole, if you can see that there. So they'll probably be interesting to kind of string together and then put them opposite each other. They would create this kind of effect, and if you keep them going. So that would be a bit different. And they are white, which of course will go with anything. Be lovely with them purple briolets. Then we have Hawaiian flowers, 12mm. So flowers, flowers, flowers. It's got to be these ones here. So again, they're kind of like a flat coin bead, but obviously in a flower shape. And these ones are, does it say? No, but they're kind of like a yellow, but quite an orangey yellow. And then you have the card flower. They've got 5 petals, and the hole goes through between 2 petals all the way through to the other side and coming out in the middle of a petal. And they're double-sided, which is lovely. Quite spring-like, definitely. Goes with the theme. And you get, where were they? 6 of them, yep. Then we have some leaves by the looks of it. Check leaves, 12x7. There's got to be these ones. This is the only leaves I see. So they actually instantly kind of quite nice together color-wise as well. The yellow flowers and then the green and blue leaves. Let's just have a look. I have a feeling, yeah, it looks like the hole is at the base of the leaf. So it goes through like that. And it's interesting that it's kind of two colours within them. Instead of just having them be one colour, they're kind of all not perfectly split down the middle in the colour, but roughly. A bit more natural way instead of just a straight line. So that's definitely different, combining two colours like that. Then we have, I think it was like, yeah, Potomac oval duos. That sounds new to me, oval duos. Must be these because they look to be the only oval things. And it says so on there as well. Gunmetal. So I'm familiar and very used to things like the round duos and disc duos. But I'm guessing these are basically just an oval version. What's a little bit different and unusual is the one-sided, they kind of have a front and a back. So here you have the smooth surface. These are then gunmetal colour and finish. I don't know if then that will be different on any other ones, or if this is what they're all like, but then there's kind of a back to them. And you have the two holes there on the side going through. So that back is definitely unusual. I've not experienced that on any of the round duos or disc duos or anything. Almost looks a bit like a frame on the back. I almost feel like you could, if you work with resin, you could add some resin there and add some colour. That'd be a bit interesting. Anyway, and we have flower charms. 2 flower charms, so it's these ones. Flower daisy charms. Let's see. Look pretty cute, pretty simple and cute. So nothing intricate carving or anything, just pretty basic and cute flower. Can never really go wrong with that. Because you get 2, you could quite easily just make some cute little earrings out of them. And I think we've reached the last one. It looks to be a cabochon. 10 by 14 millimeter. Now looking at this, I think it was last month we got something similar. It's a cat, this one, where it was, I can't remember, it was something natural like leaves or branches or something. But this is definitely something, I love working with cabochons. First of all, this is quite small, but also where you have an image on the back that you can, obviously it's a clear cabochon, but you can see it through. That is definitely not something I've used before. Obviously cat is cute, you can never really go wrong with that, but definitely a bit unusual, these ones, where it's like an image you get through the cabochon. So this is all the contents from the box. So obviously we have all the pieces for the project and then the extra beads here. Now personally, I'm definitely mostly attracted to these briolettes. It might have a little bit of something to do with the colour. They are purple and it's a really lovely purple, and that rainbow coating, the AB, only really tops it off. I love that as well. So I definitely would want to try and use them. Not quite sure yet, but also they would just make something really elegant, I think, or they could do anyway, because the colour and the shape just, and then that bling just really screams elegant to me. And also they'd be lovely to combine with that branch pendant. But they are definitely my standout beads from this box here. And I also haven't, I'm pretty sure, worked specifically with briolettes before. Now don't get me wrong, they're pretty similar in shape to something like drops, like I mentioned. So you can do more or less similar or the same things, but I haven't specifically, I think, worked with that specific shape. So that might be quite interesting. You can do so much with it. Even just making flowers with them would be lovely, I think. So basically use them as petals. So I'm already starting to think a little bit, but we'll see what I can maybe come up with. And I'm also intrigued by those oval duos, I think they were called, because like I said, I haven't seen them specifically before. I didn't realize they were an oval shape in the duo beads. And then also just because of these ones specifically, I don't know if they're all like that, but how one side is, which I would call the back, is definitely very different than any of the other beads, the duo beads that I've seen before. But anyway, let's see what I maybe can come up with if I sit and kind of experiment a little bit with some of these beads. So if you want to see what that's going to be, then stay tuned. So I've now spent some time working on some jewelry here. I actually ended up only making one piece, but I did use 4 different of the materials. So first of all, I used that pewter pendant, probably branch. So that branch in the pewter, kind of silver. And then I used the flower daisy charms. You can see both those bags are empty. And then I used some of these pellet beads, which I had seen before, but I'd never worked with them. And they kind of turned out to work pretty well with how I used them. And then I also could not resist using these briolets in that beautiful Alexandrite AB colour. They were very beautiful, so I had to use some of them. But I still have some left, so I can still use them for other things. So those were the materials that I used, and I made a wirework piece. And it's a necklace, so I combined all of them into this. So basically I used that pewter branch as kind of a base to work from, and then I added to it. So I created some more wire work here, which acts as a base. I made kind of a braid, but then also connected it to that branch, so it hangs in the middle. And then I used that as a base to attach the other pieces. I made flower there and some kind of less blossomed flowers, and then you can see the little pellet beads in between, also kind of little something flowery, berry like maybe, and those charms as well, because obviously they're already flower shaped, and just kind of put them together like this. And I actually really like how it turned out. I think it's ended up looking quite elegant. And then added that chain on the end so it would hang like this on your neckline, with that branch just kind of poking down in the middle, which I think works really well. So quite an elegant piece, which obviously is due to the materials as well, especially those briolets. They're very beautiful and they just add that very lovely sparkle. So that's what I ended up making. Took a little bit of time because obviously combined quite a few materials, but I'm quite happy with how this turned out. So I hope you like it as well, and thank you to Potomac Beads for sending this box to me to try out. I really enjoy it, and also see the different kinds of beads, some of the beads that I've never used before, in this case like those pellet beads. But again, this isn't I never would have made otherwise, but I'm actually quite happy with how it turned out. So thank you for that, and thank you to you for watching it. I hope you enjoyed it and you liked the piece. But thank you for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.